Alright, cheer, welcome back. Welcome along to our coverage of the back nine of round 2 of the 2022 Taupo Thermal Throwdown, the TTT 22. I'm Bob, and I'm thrilled to be joined in commentary by my son Toby.
Hi.
Alright, quickly having a little recap after round 1. Actually, while we have a look at this beautiful, beautiful park, that's looking up from the thermal area. But after the front 9, Connor's a -3, Toby's a -1 for this round, +1 Josh Pratt, and Andy Davy is a +2, 28, 30, 32 and 33 respectively, going into the second half of round 2. Okay, this is what I designed exactly as the signature hole of this beautiful, beautiful Spa Park course. This takes us straight down this point. A lot of it's been cleaned up, which is great, but there's still nasty stuff to the right. Yeah. But if you go over the right hand side, there is a little road down the bottom that goes to the coffee shop and the free thermal soaking area. And of course, for this round, we're going past that basket to the one right on the very point. And if you go off any of these areas, A, you're OB, and B, you're likely to be in some very hot thermal water.
But C, you've got a beautiful view.
Oh, that looks good if it comes back. And it did.
See, I was right on the OB line. Luckily I was in.
Nice work.
Fortunate
That's
about
a big drive. This is 170 metres and you just bit off 130. Connor sitting on -9 after 1.5 rounds. We're halfway basically through the competition.
Just a little bit low there.
Well, it was a heady skip. I don't think he meant to do that.
Set him up nicely.
Yeah, it did. It put him in a nice position. If you're a right-handed thrower, really to approach the basket right down the point, you want to be on the left-hand side to give yourself your the safest approach.
Yeah, as a left-hander, I found it a little bit tricky with that Mando on that left tree.
Yeah, that
Just
tree we can see there, directly behind that disc, that is the Mando tree. So you've got to go to the right-hand side of that as you go down. We'll probably get another look at it as Josh throws. Yeah, that tree you can see on the left-hand side there. In fact, you can see the arrow on it. That's a Mando, so you've got to go to the right-hand side of that. Not that you really want to go to the left, although I must admit in the old days it wasn't common for people to go down that alleyway and then throw up the top. That's not a great place to be, and all you can do is that from there and hope it doesn't go back down again.
Like that.
It did go down?
Yeah.
Oh jeez Louise. Connor. Looking at the end of the disc, it looks like he's just going to run flat at it as opposed to hang up to the right.
Yeah, this disc he threw a lot and it just went straight, dead straight.
That basket you can see there is not the basket he's shooting at. That's the short basket. Yeah.
Just like that.
That's nice.
Great upshot.
Wish I knew what it was. Andy, not a very comfortable position to be in, especially when you really need to be accurate. This hole can get you in a lot of trouble. Nice.
Gets into the circle.
Nice, yep. Within the 10. Oh no. Josh, second shot from in the dirty stuff. Josh wasn't playing MPO, but as we said when we were commentating on the first half, he got included into this round on account of the beautiful score he shot on his opening round. Nice, dude. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was just your second shot, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's where your drive went.
Yeah.
That's where I drive in my dreams. Nice putt, birdie. So you actually had a shot at an eagle there.
Yeah, it was a bit tricky with that tree in the way. I couldn't really tell how far I had to.
Yeah, it is a bit protected. Nice putt. Nice putt. You're a bit like me. I don't take too much time with my putts.
Yeah, I try not to overthink it.
Yeah, well, that's it. I used to think it through and think it through and think it through and then just go and just chuck it. Whereas I'm better off just doing my new normal routine and sending it at a link.
3 tidy birdies, and unfortunately Josh heading down the bank twice.
Oh,
Could only get a bogey from that.
Didn't help. This was the old hole 9, and it's pretty much exactly as I designed it when I designed the course, except the basket's been shifted from, it used to be on the bank on the left, remember?
Yeah.
And it's been shifted across to an open position, which is kind of nice.
That's right.
Which is kind of nice. Used to be just tucked into the left there. But 80 metres, it's very reachable. It is uphill though.
Francis there that you'll see in round 3.
Yeah, Francis, he played exceedingly well, but he wasn't in this group.
Not sure what I was doing there.
I'm glad you said that, not me. So this is a beautiful part of the park. Just over that fence you can see in the background, it drops down to the natural hot pools. There's a thermal area that runs down to the right hand side of the park, and the water, boiling water, comes out of the ground and runs down there into little pools. And it's about the only free thing you can do at Taupo. Go up there and walk down through the park and find a pool that's the right temperature. The higher you get up the thermal area, the hotter the pools are, and they all run out into the Waikato River, which is beautiful, because once you've soaked in the hot water, you can then drift out into the river a bit. Speaking of drifting out, I'm sure that wasn't quite planned. Andy? Come on, put it underneath Josh, do you?
Joins Andy.
It's kind of got a little bit commercial now. There's even a little coffee shop down there, so you can go down there and have a hot thermal soak. Nice out.
Nice release too.
Nice out. Nice work, Josh. That's something I say to people nowadays. If you want to be a good golfer, you have to develop an opposite spin throw. Oh, good run. A sidearm, obviously, if you only use one hand. To be competitive, really, if you look at top golfers, their sidearms are no weaker than their backhands.
Connagh clawing ahead there with another birdie.
Yeah.
This next hole we're going up to now, I remember a few years ago that beer mixer that did the triple backflip.
Right. No, quadruple, wasn't it?
Quadruple.
Four backflips. They set up a special jump on the left-hand side there, and he came down the hill. And as you can see, as we're flying across here, this is one of those holes that when I walked around the park in the late 90s, I just thought, this is such a beautiful hole. The left-hand side, once again, used to be covered in bramble and blackberry and stuff, and the local club have done a great job. And as you can see, even past the hole there, cleaning it up. It's just so nice that the club's got so involved. And they're one of the most active clubs in the country, and this event is just a classic example of how good they're going to be. This is the first event they've totally run on their own.
And sold out without even being on the tour.
Exactly. It's just an area where everybody wants to play. 112 metres. It's slightly uphill.
Yeah,
like
never got
the
the
area
elevation.
you want to land is elevated above the tee area.
Never got the elevation this.
Nice. A few early spring blossoms in the park.
Yeah, I always remember the trees being a little bit more full.
Yeah.
Being trimmed a little bit.
and I had the basket. I had the tee in exactly the same place, but the basket was just a little bit longer. It made, oh, what a great toss. It was just a little bit closer to the edge, and it was under the tree in the background too, which sort of, I don't know, when I put baskets on courses, I try and make them quite picturesque. Part of the layout is actually how it looks to the eye as well, not just play.
Especially from the tee.
Yeah, exactly. But the basket's been shifted to a safer position, but it was certainly a little bit trickier when it was under the tree. But when the tree was in blossom when we used to play it, it was just one of those holes that sort of was framed by the tree.
And really have an open shot at it there, or a line that I could take.
And sometimes when you're playing competitive golf, you're playing in a competition, you've got to think about things like that and think, no, a three's better than a four any day, so let me just lay it up. Connor's shot his drive must have skidded off there and into that bramble. I suspect next time we play this course, that bramble will be gone. The club members, as I say, are doing such a great job. Oi!
Nice to even see the groups in the background. You'll see.
I know. I love it. And it used to be only competitions, but now your cousin, my nephew, who lives in Taupo, was telling me that they go down to the course regularly, and there's people playing all the time.
Yeah.
Which is just great. It's the old case, build it and they will come. And I don't know how many times I said to the council, but it finally happened. And of course, last year we had the opening of the course? Yeah. Alright, this is another interesting one. It's a slight different hole to what I designed. This gully we're flying over now used to be full of big pine trees, yeah, big pine trees and blackberry underneath.
It had a nice hole in the middle that you could shoot through or go around.
Yeah, exactly. Well, a small hole you could shoot through and go around. It was a brave person that went through the middle. But when the trees came down, I actually redesigned the hole. We did shoot a basket on the hill. This basket here on the hill. So it was still a good hole. The tee's been shortened as well. The tee used to be back quite a bit the other side of the path, but when tourism resumes in New Zealand, there's just a steady stream of European backpackers wandering down that path to have a soak in the hot pools and back. It's entertainment all by itself. Here you go, dude. This is a lefty hole, surely. Oh, good power. Good power.
Almost in the 10.
This is 124 metres and it's uphill. And you've got to contend with the bush that you're shooting over as well. That river, for those that don't know, in the background is the Waikato River, which was once upon a time the highway from Auckland pretty much all the way to the centre of the North Island. Lake Taupo empties into that river.
It's a lot cleaner there than it is when we receive it.
Yeah, I know. You have a little bit of a laugh when you look at the river when it leaves Taupo. It's crystal clear. In fact, it's beautiful. It's just stunning. It's nice to swim in. It's nice to drink. And by the time it gets to Auckland,
you can mistake it for chocolate milk.
luckily we filter it before we drink it. Andy Davy, I don't know whether he's not played a lot of golf of late, but he's a better golfer than what we're seeing, I think. In general, I've watched him play numerous rounds, and his standard in this game is a little bit below what I'd expect of him. And that guy too. Actually, to be honest, dude, for a guy that comes out of Nice. That was pretty casual, but it was a par. For a guy that comes out on the odd occasion and plays golf, if you put a bit of effort into it, you could match it with the best of them. Well, you are here today, the best of everybody here. Oh, bad luck. It was a good confident putt too.
Yeah, for some reason I do feel a lot more comfortable playing this course. Maybe it's because I've played it since I was
4 years old. Yeah, exactly, I know. Funny, we should tell people actually, when I used to set up the course from 2000, we played it every year for 20 years, but we had to set it up as a temporary course, so we had to cart in baskets and set them up and get the spray cans out and mark the tees. And Toby would come around with me in the early days. Remember, we used to have the quad bike. You'd sit on the front of the quad bike and we'd ride around to do that.
Yeah, it changed to Simon's Ute.
Yeah, exactly. But we used to spray Toby's tees sort of 30 metres from every hole when you were a 4-year-old. This is a great hole. I like this hole. Once again, it's another hole that is pretty much exactly as I designed it back in 2000. It was around the corner and there was a big stand of pine trees that you had to negotiate to get to where you are now. So it was a sort of, for a righty, an anhyzer, where you go round that corner and through the pine trees. But the pine trees have all come down. Dude, where are you going?
Comes back.
Phew. It's an island hole, but we weren't playing as an island today, were we?
No, we were. So
Oh, you were?
playing the black course.
Okay, of course,
Our
yeah.
last 2 rounds are both islands.
An island hole, of course, is that you have to be in there from your drive, inside that line of
Just
flags.
like that.
Like that, yeah. Once again, cheer to the spotter there. Him and his young fellow was there for 2 days of the weekend with his van up the top.
Funnily enough, standing on this hole in the morning,
Get in.
on this tee, the island looked a lot bigger when you didn't have to hit it.
Yeah, ain't that always the case? Connagh McKinstry. Yeah, I think that's what I would have done too. In fact, that's what I did do in the
Playing
competition.
just the wide
So
hyzer.
just hung out, yeah. As I was saying, it's my most accurate shot.
Gets a nice roll
I
towards the
normally
basket.
don't like raised baskets, but for some reason, I'm quite happy with this one.
Yeah.
I'm just normally not big on raised baskets. It's just, to me, it's kind of gimmicky and it's sort of
I guess this hole in
mini
particular,
golf type stuff.
it did add a bit of a feature.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
it
there was
did.
not
Yeah,
much to
I'm
it.
not complaining about this one at all. And it looks great in the park.
It makes that scary.
Yeah, exactly. Was that a deuce, dude?
It was.
Nice. Connagh looking to do the same thing. Nice. 2 birds.
Andy
For
playing
Andy.
safe.
Par for Josh. Nice. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, subscribe to T-Box Media. Just hit the box and subscribe and you'll get notifications when new rounds go up. It's a great way of growing our community and great way of growing viewers too. Now, once again, this is another hole that I designed over that little fence there. I don't know how, but on one of my rounds I ended up over that fence and about 1 metre off the drop down to the river, which is not a good place to be.
I believe in the original one, the tee was pushed back a little bit though. We just played to
Yeah,
those trees.
and the basket was shorter.
Yeah.
It's about the same distance, but it's just the basket's been shifted off to one side, which works well. But it's more a delicate hole, and once again it's a mando. You can see the mando tree there. You've got to go to the right of there, which just keeps you off the tee. Did that go into the bushes to the left?
Just a little bit, yeah. Oh, just to the right of the basket.
Every time I stood on this tee I thought, this isn't that hard, especially for a righty, just to go down that side and slide in or skip in a bit.
Yeah, kind of trying to skip there, but just gripping too much, I think, on the
Yeah, that's exactly it.
grass.
Kind of snookered himself too behind the, I guess shifting the basket into where it is exactly what happens. you sort of end up putting stuff between you and the basket, unless you've got the line right. It's
Andy
another one of
getting
the
right
holes.
in there.
Yeah, it did. Oh, Josh, right out front. Oh no, down a bit. Yep, all right.
Gives
I'm right
himself
with
a
that.
look.
Connagh down on one knee. Oh, good
managed
dig.
to do
Good
so.
dig. Handy having those trees behind though. He might have gone a little deeper if he'd not hit those. Josh just laying up.
Don't think I had much of a look here. So I tried to go around and I couldn't really do anything.
Andy, what are you doing in there, dude?
That looks awkward.
It does look awkward. Oh,
He still
nice.
makes it.
Nice bird. I wondered where he skipped to. I saw his shot and it went long, but obviously that's where it ended up. Nice.
Snuck in.
In is in, dude. In is in. Alright, puzzle round.
Andy with the deuce.
Oh yeah, sorry, Andy with the deuce, of course. Good point. Okay, 16. Once again, when I walked around the park, I went round clockwise, I went anti-clockwise to try and suss out how this is going to work. And going round clockwise really was the way it was going to work. It was going to make it more left-handed course. I think the holes are pretty evenly split. I had the hole a lot shorter, just behind a big tree on the right-hand side.
Is the tree still there?
Yeah, that tree's
It is
still there. But now it's been extended and turned into a dog leg as well, which makes it very tricky.
And bramble all around the basket, so you don't want to be too
Yeah,
long.
exactly, yeah. But once again, I suspect at some stage they will clean that up. Andy, boy, he's got a big, powerful side arm. Yeah, that suits you as well. Being a lefty to get around that corner.
I think I took it too wide though. I could be throwing over those bushes, but I guess just better safe than sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think you're better off taking
Being
it,
out there.
making it wide and having a shot than trying to cut the corner and paying the price. What is that? Once again, another turnover disc that's given him a beautiful angle into the hole.
Another turnover.
Another nice turnover disc. Andy trying to fade it round the corner, and it worked. Beautifully done.
It gives him a nice putt.
Sometimes it pays off to chuck both hands. Get down there. Ooh.
Similar position, I think. I think
Yeah.
we're next to each other. And Connor after his massive drive.
Nicely done. Nicely done. What do you use mostly?
For what?
Off the tee?
Depends. Either my boss or Colossus.
Yeah.
which Colossus seems to turn over a little bit more for me. And then Coyote for up shots.
So your mid-range.
Yeah.
What sort of distance do you use your Coyote? When you say up shots, I've seen you use your Coyote over 100 meters.
Pretty much 90 is where I'll draw the line.
Yeah.
Actually, I started to use the Hoya, I think.
Yep.
That sort of bridges that like 90 to 110-ish range.
Dude, you're talking about me and my long-range driver to get 100 meters.
It just, makes me a little bit more comfortable not having to.
This is a nice hole too. It used to be 16s, 15, 16, 17 and 18. We had 3 other holes.
Always used to be the closest to the pin.
Yeah, and it was the closest to the pin on this one as well, actually, which was great. And this is pretty much exactly how I designed it. Hasn't been changed at all, which is perfect. Just nice. And you can see the closest to the pin circle there.
A good idea with the bullseye. It makes it a lot easier to see if you're closer than.
Yeah, that's very true. A good idea. Oh
And
no, clip the tree. I wish I could have a buck for everybody that did that.
Wish you didn't say that.
Oh, there's another buck. You knew what was coming.
I remember that one vividly.
Yeah, nice, smart. You didn't want to turn over to the right though. Oh, that's beautiful.
It's right down there.
Yeah, in the circle. Down the right hand side of the fairway was OB.
Yeah.
I didn't realise. In fact, on the first round, I went over there.
Neither
And
did
it wasn't
I.
until I got there I was walking towards there, and someone said, "Are you safe?" And I went, "Huh?" Yeah, I was safe. Nice.
Also very nice. He liked it.
Yeah. Oh, you got another drive, dude. Go on, make good. Make good.
I don't think I did. I went too far. I expected it to turn over a little bit more and sort of crash into that bush area, but
As you can see, that OB runs across to stop you going down into the parking area as well. And you weren't far off that.
no. I think we have a bit of an incident here. Joel catching a good angle of that.
Oh, good run.
Tried to run it, yeah.
Good one. Well,
So
it
far.
was uphill. You know, you've got to pick the ones you do run at. Also, I remember being at World Championships one time, and I think I was with Simon when we were talking to King Climo, who we were talking about something in particular, and he had said something that I thought about a lot, and I realised, you know, exactly what he meant. He said, you can't win a competition in the first round, but you can lose it. You know, so it's a safety first thing. You don't need to take risks until, you know, maybe the final round when you're thinking, well, okay, I'm only 1 behind or 2 behind or whatever. And sometimes you can sit back and hope whoever's in front of you might make a mistake, but you'll get to a stage where you realise they're just covering themselves like a classic yachting match race. And so it's you that's going to have to take a couple of risks if you want to get yourself up the leaderboard. Got to pick your battles.
As we walk onto the final hole, hole 18.
Yeah, 18. And once again, when we used to play it, we used to play from down to the left there, where we were looking
Right.
down, to the right rather, up to just to the left now, and then we'd come down to where the camera is about now,
Play
and
up
17
to the-
would be from there up the top of the hill. But I love it how it is. It's great. There's the short pin placement, and then the long one adds another 50 metres to the hole.
Yeah.
which is great. It's just such a stunning park, you know, and to top it off, 99% of the trees are pretty much trees you can't damage. They're big old pine trees and things like that.
Strong bark and
yeah, exactly. That'll take a lot of hammering. But this is beautiful. Look how beautiful the course was set up. Once again, there is a mando in this hole, but it's out towards the road. It's not as far as Connagh would have wanted to get, but it's not all bad. If you're going to hit one of those trees, you just hope you don't go down to the right, because in those trees you can see to the right, the thick bunch. Oh, down there. Oh, he didn't go down.
Down to the middle,
but if he'd just gone off that edge there, it drops right down to about 10 metres below the playing surface. It's a dirty place to try and get out of, and it's not out of bounds.
Andy clipping something but getting through ultimately.
Nicely.
So right up there. Myself. Just getting around.
Nice. Nice shot. The big gallery really appreciates it. It's not a bad place to be. That's where the tee used to be. This used to be the hole that I designed from exactly here up to where the basket is.
Kind of puts himself right up there.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice because where the basket is, it's got good protection by those sentinel pine trees, and so you've got to really think about where you want to be and what angle you want to be shooting at the basket, not snooker yourself behind a tree. Nice. Nice. Just looking to put it underneath.
Yeah, I gripped it though.
I gotta say, I find with those AVRs, I do that.
Yeah, I wasn't
like when I think it's got that I put enough angle on it and it's going to come back over. It flips it and doesn't.
Yeah.
Or it just flattens, which is what an AVR does anyway. But Andy, nice.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I might just need to expand my bag for that particular shot, maybe.
Yeah, I'm keen on actually using my Taupo more. The new part of that RPM have just released. Oh,
I think I ran it because I was angry at my upshot.
Yeah. I actually carried a Taupo with me and I was using it, but we had this lovely lady who was spotting on hole 5, I think it was, and she was doing such a good job that I ended up giving her my disc that I just putted with. I said, "Would you like a disc?" And she said, "Oh, really?" And the boys said, "You should get him to sign it." She said, "Oh yeah, would you?" I don't know if she knew. I don't know if she knew who I was, but I signed it anyway. Once again, the beautifully mown 10-metre line. That one's even got the spray paint dots on it as well. When you're putting on a tournament and people are paying to enter, oh, bad luck. I just think presentation's everything. You know, go put that effort in. Make the tees look good. Make the signage look good. You know, put the nice putt, dude. And I was talking all the way through it.
I saved myself a par there.
Solid.
I believe with Josh tapping out, that is the end of our second round.
Yeah, exactly. Aren't those baskets beautiful? And they look so nice in the park.
Exactly.
Those Simon Feasey designed RPM disc catchers, they're just beautiful. They're really beautiful baskets, and they're in such big demand all over the world. They're just something out of the ordinary. They look fantastic. All right, well, that's round 2 done and dusted. The second round on the Saturday, and of course we were all back in the park in the early hours of Sunday. Well, not quite the early hours really, but it felt early.
The chilly hours.
Yeah, the chilly hours. All right, well, that was our coverage, of course, of round 2, the second round on the Saturday of the 2022 Taupo Thermal Throwdown. Connagh leading 1300, 13 under. Toby, nice work, dude, 9 under. Just 4 behind. Francis Orange, who we didn't see in that round, is just behind you as well, so no doubt he'll be joining you for the final round. But thanks so much to our sponsors, of course, for making all these events possible, and thanks also to the fantastic job done by the Taupo Disc Golf Club. There's the thermal pools I was talking about. We'll be back with T-Box media coverage of the final round, round 3 of the 2022 Taupo Thermal Throwdown, the TTT 22.
Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out.
Yeah, good call. Hit subscribe ASAP.
All right.